Yes, hello. My name is Chris. Hi, welcome to my YouTube where tonight it's Sunday night, Sunday fun day. We are diving into this episode 16, season 8, 90 Day Fiancé, regular old 90 Day Fiancé. We obviously know what's coming up for our Scoojwowls and our TV life, which is Happily Ever After is going to come back. We're getting Angela and Asuelu and Kalani and Kalini, honey, and Asuelu's sister, honey, and Asuelu's mom. Oh, we have to contend with Libby and Andre again, though, too. Anyway, so we have some things. People are already in the room. Thank you so much for coming on in. Thank you so much for the people who just automatically like this video. It's like, we know what's happening here. It's like giving it a thumbs it up, and just like knowing, that like if you give it a little algorithm tickle, it'll tell YouTube that like, she knows what she's doing most of the time. I mean, no, she doesn't know what she's doing like in life literally at all, except for she'll watch 90 Day Fiancé and then she'll just go live every Sunday night and then just talk about it. And I'm excited to do this one with you. I've didn't really make notes. So this is what I was thinking for the way I was going to talk about this one, which was a little different format than what we usually do. What were you thinking of? What if I talk about one couple and then I open it up to some live like interactions and then I go on to the next couple? If you follow me, and thank you so much if you subscribe to my channel, and you know how I usually do this, I usually go through the whole thing and then I talk to people at the end. But I really think that'd be really fun. Oh, thank you so much for that super chat. Oh, I appreciate that. A little thumbs up. Hello. I appreciate that super chat. That's really, really, that's really, really nice of you. Thank you so much for everyone who's like here, truly. Thank you so much for anyone subscribing to me or who has come to many of these Sunday nights and who likes my videos and who likes my recaps. I really appreciate it. So anyway, what do you guys think of that? I'll talk about one couple, then I will interact with some live. I'll talk about the next couple, and we'll kind of break things up a little bit. And that way, for people who are here now, you'll get some interaction. And of course, I'll do an edited recap too. Okay, so let's talk about, should we open with Mike and Natalie just so that we can process this? Yeah. Okay, let's talk about Mike and Natalie. Okay, yeah. Lisa, I looked down, you were like, Mike and Natalie! Okay, God bless. So, okay. Do you guys believe every moment of this? That's how I'm going to start this, because it's unbelievable in so many ways for how dramatic it's been and the back and forth and like this apathetic, I don't know what to do. Okay, let's break it down. First of all, I did overline my lips a little bit, so I'm looking at that in the camera, and it's giving me a little bit of like I Love Lucy vibes a little bit, but I don't not like it. I just think that if Wah was to be here, she'd probably be like, could you have connected that more? And that probably could have been. This is how I feel about the Mike and Natalie. I'm going to break it down and then let's talk about it. Let's just say it's not fake for the process of this, because this is crazy. But let's just say it's not fake and we have to like dissect their personalities. Mike does not want to get married, obviously, to Natalie, because he either feels insecure that she doesn't love him or wants to constantly change him, or, just feels innately like the match is not going to work. So, but he's alone and he's lonely, and his options are Beau or Natalie in that home. And Beau doesn't like make weird food all the time. So it's a hard choice. But right now it's like coronavirus and he likes getting laid. He likes it. Now, here's the thing. You might not like Natalie, but Natalie does not deserve to be like toyed around like this. I feel like there's no way, for knowing at this point what Mike has done to Natalie, that Natalie can still be into him. And I think that she honestly has made a decision just to get the green card and like move on with her life. Like, and also have a baby. I think she just wants a effing change. She can't just live with her mom either, because remember, her life is living with her mom. His life is living with Beau. And so they want better options for both of them. but they don't have them at this juncture. And here we are, okay? Mike doesn't want to also be mean and like send Natalie home in coronavirus. Mike wants to keep getting laid, right? And so for some reason, Mike thinks, and I tweeted this because it was so asinine, that he is going to have a conversation with an immigration lawyer. Okay, let me go. I'm so sorry. Natalie comes back, right? Because of the thing at the hotel. Like she's so, this part is crazy to me because it makes no sense that she'd be this angry at him and like wouldn't just pay for this hotel room. I'm so sorry. So this part is what I think is like fake. So I just wanted to like bypass it. But I feel like if you're watching this, you're like, Chris, you can talk about this. She goes to the hotel with Tamara, right? She can't stay in Tamara's house. They talked about it because Tamara has a full house or whatever, but a guest has time to drive 6 hours, whatever. She drives the 3 hours from Squim to like whatever the head of Washington. And like, guess what? They can't get in the hotel, right? Because like Mike's ID. So they drive back. And so she just spends the night at Mike's house in a different room. And she absolutely has the airplane ride the next morning. So she's just going to miss that 11:30 ride because she just didn't pay for a room or just go to the hotel. I mean, I guess I'm like, can you just like go to the airport and sleep in a chair? I mean, I feel bad, but like, no, because then she goes back to Mike's, misses her plane, and they have an awkward conversation where he's like, I'm happy you're back. I didn't want you to leave. But then like is like really empathetic to her the whole time. And like isn't like making a decision. But then of course, let's get to the point where I wanted to say, has this conversation with the lawyer where Mike thinks that for some reason this lawyer is going to be like, hey, Mike, yeah, dude, whatever you want to do, like, it's going to be cool. Don't worry about it. Like, no, America's going to be chill right now because of like the COVID thing. Yeah, like whatever, you like work it out at your own time. Like, it's fine. It's chill. Just like keep her in your mobile home. It's chill. Yeah, like you can't fly or whatever, really can't travel. And she can't like, get a driver's license or any sort of like protection. I mean, hopefully she never has to go to a hospital or anything because she's here legally. But yeah. Just like, when you get to it or not get to it, it's chill. Like that's what he thought that lawyer was going to say. And no. And Natalie would just ask the lawyer a question and then, be like, well, do you think that I have to go and, get married immediately at 90 days for it to be legal? And the lawyer's like, yeah, I mean, that'd be the best possible thing for you guys to do or whatever. And then at one point, Natalie is just like I talked to the minister and then we canceled the wedding. There's a lot of problems here. Like, what should I do about it? And she's like, yeah, just got my law degree, like not so much like a psychology degree. And like, and I don't understand why they didn't call back. Like Natalie needs to call back that therapist that she went to, that like basically forced Mike to like get to the root of the problem. But here's the thing, Mike has to like make a decision. This is where I get where Natalie was like, he's weak. Mike is weak. The fact that he can't just be like, Natalie, I don't want to marry you and send her back for her own, like, if that's how you feel, which is, I feel like how he feels, he just wants to fuck around with her. He wants to keep her illegally and be able to like F her and then just like get someone to like weirdly cook weird meals for him and like clean up after him. And then decide later whether he wants to get married to her or not. It's really, really sad. Okay, so I'm going to open it up to you guys to talk about things. And then I do know that there is obviously an update on the streets. Like we know some things and I've talked about them in other places. So like we know that there's something to come and then they are going to be in the next episode. And we'll see if what we know happens, you know what I'm saying? But they're not going to show the next part, which is something else we know because Bo said a bunch of things. You know what I'm saying? We'll talk about it. But what are you guys saying on the streets? Mike and Nat's story is just a struggle of logic to believe. Mimi, yeah. It's really just like, it makes us feel like we're not dumb. Okay, we're not. But at the same time, if it, Natalie's performance has been really great. Like, maybe she deserves to be in America. Maybe she deserves to be in like the movies, and maybe she'll be the first 90 Day Fiancé crossover actual legitimate actress. I think she has it. Like, listen, I think Natalie's very, very interesting looking, intriguing looking. In fact, like her face is, a very emotive, and she has like huge, very expressive eyes. Check and check. She seems bananas. Like I said, she seems crazy and she loves that camera. Let's check and check. So I think that she could have, she started with these cooking videos on YouTube, but that's just the start. Are they married or all fake in her lips? But are they married or all fake like her lips bust in tears? Okay, breast head and nuts. Okay, people are talking about whether she got booby boobs implants. I don't know why I call them that. It's interesting because I just noticed an overall like that she maybe had gained some weight, but I think that honestly, and I don't mean to like look at women's bodies at all, but not even that Natalie, like a lot of women, not this season 90 Day have like gained some weight of what we know them. Like Hazel looks like a different person than we first met her, you know. And by the way, I've gained weight in coronavirus. I'm just saying, like you can see that now. Yep, Nat gets an Emmy for Best Reality Show Emotive Performance. I mean, yeah, she's enormous looking. I mean, she, she on top. I mean, she in these weird like flannel shirts. She has one like side profile. I should take a picture of it where I'm like, I don't know if she's also wearing good bras for her, and I don't know if like. Then I thought about that, like if she's gained some weight or if she just buying bras, good bras for like women, actual women, is a whole thing. They don't teach you that because they just make you think as a woman that you're supposed to just fucking prance into a Victoria's Secret and be like 32B and then have them put on some lacy frilly thing and have it fit perfectly and have it look good. And God bless you. And I mean this truly. If you are a woman that has that bra size and can go into a Victoria's Secret and just buy a mass market, I mean not a mass market, but like a bra that's design orientated to the look and the aesthetic as opposed to the wear. Because listen, I'm not that woman because I need like a whole system. Like my bras are expensive, not because I want them to be, and I mean just because in order to have a bra that's going to like work, they're usually like $60 or $70. And so I have to buy them on sale. And like it's not a thing that I can just go to like, oh, what's happening at Gap? And but it's like, no, I have to go to like Nordstrom or like there's this place in LA that has like really beautiful, like well-made big booby Jeanettes. If you're, there's just different places, okay? Including, I guess, the lady, what's her name from 90 Day Fiancé, who's in the single life? Molly's whole store. I just get fitted every time I vary between double D and triple D. Yes. I mean, yeah. So, anyway, so why is my whole point of that? So when we talk about the corset, we're going to talk about the corset. But anyway, with Natalie, I still know if she has very good bras. Yeah, it's upsetting that good bras are so expensive. Or just bras that like look feasible under clothes. It makes a huge difference if you aren't wearing the right size bra for you. Like to have the silhouette change of like a good lift. I mean, it's different looking. It's weird how much silhouette fitting of clothes, like that kind of stuff does make a difference. It's the details. The details of fit. And I think overall aesthetic when it comes to like one level is like how you supersede to like really look where you're just like on top of like hair, makeup, nails, like undergarments and tailoring of clothes. You don't have to wear designer. Like none of the designer stuff makes any sense. Like I think it's about tailoring quality clothes, I think. And same with like, I think, yeah. Oh no, they make a flat boob. Flat boobs have trouble too. I can never find one that fits right. I knew I was gonna. Well, I can see that. I hope that they do make some. Like, I haven't tried like not One Love. Is that like the female made brand? I always thought like Iggy Azalea used the term fashion tits before she got a boob job, where she talked about before she got a boob job how much she loved having smaller breasts because she could just wear what the F she wanted, honey. And like, yeah, that really resonated with me. And I like think about that all the time because I don't. I have the opposite of fashion tits. You know what I'm saying? I have like to think about the fashion that will fit my tits, not like these tits can go anywhere. Like the idea of a model is like to have someone who's like a walking hanger to showcase the outfit and like, and like, no, I'm the opposite. Like I have to like really find something that's going to like look good on me. Oh, okay. Oh, was in the room. I didn't know that. Chris, don't worry about the flat boobs. This isn't your ministry, not your experience. See, this is Wall coming in, honey, because Wall's like does YouTube stuff and isn't, like you don't need to speak to an experience that is not yours. I understand what you're saying, but I love Marie, and I don't want to, I just want everyone to, feel their boobs. Let's feel them now, but feel them also intrinsically, but also feel them right now. And men, if you're here, honey, you can feel them boobs too. I'll be honest, sometimes I like to sleep just like cupping some parts of me, like the private parts of me, just to be like, I got you. Let's move on. Should we talk about Rebecca? Speaking of Rebecca, I like the idea of Rebecca and Zayed. Okay, so this is where the next episodes get boring a little bit, because we're just going to see ceremony after ceremony. But let's get into Rebecca's. So none of us thought, and if you did think, you're lying to me, that the corset was going to be on the outside. None of us thought that. We all thought, oh, the dress doesn't fit. Don't worry, girl. She got a corset. She's going to I thought Melanie was going to be behind there, honey, pulling them strings, and Rebecca was just going to be holding on to like a bedpost, getting it. And Melanie would and they would put the dress on. But what happened was, do I have water here? Yes, I do. They put the corset on the outside. And we were like, okay, so let's get into it. Now, I did not like that. But, I will say that this wedding, I think, made Rebecca happy. I think this wedding made her happy. And I think that she obviously did everything wrong possible, like putting so much pressure on herself to bake a cake for some god awful reason. Like, those people don't want cake. Like, here comes her like son-in-law, like showing up to a wedding, honey, like he's showing up to like moving some hens out of a barn. But Rebecca's living her best life, honey, her Cinderella life, honey. She gets in a carriage. It's like horse-drawn, like Zayed standing there, like navy on burgundy, okay. I felt like navy on burgundy, it was also like my college colors, Loyola Marymount University. And so I was like, okay. I have to grab my water over here. So I'm gonna you guys talk about so I'm gonna give you a moment to think about what you want to talk about with Rebecca and Zayed. We're going to talk about makeup. I'm going to talk about Hazel's makeup too. But Rebecca's makeup, she was very, very pleased with her hair and makeup. And I thought her hair was, here's the thing. Again, my opinion does not make a difference, because Rebecca is A, married to the love of her life. I'm not. Also, C, happy with this situation. But she'll never see this. And I hope if she does, just know this. Like, your life's already better. Good for you. But her hair is every day. It was like a little every day. Like, Tiffany's doing it, that was what it was. I'm happy to think, though, that Rebecca thinks that she looks pretty. Because she's insecure all the time. I should have really poured a little more water for myself. So with Zayed, honey, I think that, first of all, Zayed's, none of his family was going to be like zoomed into that wedding. Everyone else was like, oh, I care about it. Like, Zayed's mom is like crying somewhere, and like Waim or whatever is like cursing at this exact same time, honey. That's not it. But he's happy in his maroon and like navy pants. He thinks Rebecca looks so beautiful. She gets brought up in the carriage, honey, and there's like a woman who's like, I thought going to be our person in the back, like going to be a foot person to help her come out, but like that person just jumped off and just ran off in the distance. Like, didn't happen that way. Okay. Again, she doesn't have her son there, who because they couldn't get people to watch the kids. And I was like, well, if that's the case, you could have just brought the kids. But I mean, and but Tiffany is there, and Tiffany has been to every one of her weddings, which she has said all the weddings. Tiffany like really thinks shit of her mom. Like, it's a real this relationship gives me anxiety. Now, having said that, most things do give me anxiety. I'm an anxious person. But, like, when she's talking about that, like, are you just not like, oh, God, Tiffany, you guys got to go to therapy, honey, or something? But anyway, she gets walked on the aisle. Zayed's real happy about it. Like Zayed, they're like, "Do you take Rebecca to be your wife?" And Zayed's like, "Yeah, oh, I do." And then Rebecca like repeats it back, "Adorable. Yeah, I do. Really cute." And she is marrying her matinee idol. She's marrying someone she made a shirt of. She was in love with him so much. You know what I'm saying? Like, she even got this like weird like pseudo princess fairy tale wedding in COVID for her like fourth wedding. And some may say that's excessive or indulgent, but I don't know how many. Here's the thing, I don't know how many wins Rebecca's had because Rebecca acts like she's had none. None, no wins, right? Like, Rebecca's constant energy is like victim and woe is me. It's very Eeyore. Yeah, it's very Eeyore. She has like high Eeyore energy. You know what I'm saying? And I really want you to know, like, I really want to be heard for that. Like, I really want you to validate that. So I'm going to ask for an emoji if you feel that Eeyore reference, which is like, is there a donkey emoji or some sort of donkey or donkey looking emoji? And if there's not, then just give me a horse. Like, I think that she's marrying again, like the person she's obsessed with, and he is like willing to be like whatever for her. And I think that the obvious problem that's going to like befall her, but I'm sure she's felt it in her last relationship, is that she's going to be the mother to him, to take care of him. And I mean financially, and I think that he's got the HVAC thing, but I also feel like as a mom, like he's not going to do all the things that you're going to want him to do. Because not only is he like, oh my God, there's so many horse emojis. Donkey emoji insert here. Haha. Not only is he like from a different country and so like doesn't know how to do all the things that like in America as easily as an American does, like he's younger than you. And he's been babied his whole life. So we've already seen that. Like we've already seen Rebecca be like at the end of her rope. Not the end of her, but like with this whole situation being like with Melanie on this like crying porch scene before this wedding, like, I don't know if I can do it. Like, it's just so much. And it's like, it is a lot, but you also like tried to bake a cake during this. So I thought you were going to bake a cake during this. So like, also girl, like, come on. Come on. Okay, so yeah, what are you guys thinking about Rebecca and Zayed? I see a lot of you guys got my reference, which makes me really, really happy. Do you feel like Wa thinks that Zayed wants to definitely have kids, and so it's not going to be long before that comes up. But I wonder like what the options are going to be for them at that time, and we'll see what happens. Like, I wonder if they would use a surrogate or something. Oh, Sarah's here! Yay! She did it, girl. We're talking. So, Sarah, in this version of this live, we're going through each couple. I'll talk about them, and then I'm opening up to full-on chats with you guys. So, you guys, yeah. Any other things to say about Rebecca and Zayed? Did you think her like Cinderella thing was a little? I mean, like, I don't even like the idea of a Disney wedding, period, for like someone's first wedding. And like the idea of like Disneyland weddings are making me feel like, are you two Red Fair nerds are like, like boning to like in, Snoopy costumes? I don't know. It makes me weirded out. He is personable. He will want to go home. Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course he'll want to go home. Here's the thing though, I don't know, but like he has to like find his peeps. He's gonna have to like find a little community of like Arabic speaking peeps to go smoke a hookah with, and not that shouldn't be hard. I'm so sorry. They live in Atlanta. I forgot where they live. I know they live in Alabama, but I don't they live in like a smaller town of Alabama, right? And if that's the case, I don't know if you can imagine. I don't know where the Arab pockets of people are everywhere over America, but I mean, there definitely is a lot in Atlanta. A lot. I went to 2 different Arabic conventions full of like, and the Arabic conventions are put on by like large scale populated Arabic clubs before COVID. I went to like a huge like St. Jude's gala that was put on by Arabs. Now here's the thing. If there's Christian Arabs there, then there's definitely like, Muslim Arabs too. And I'm not saying he can be friends with either one of them, but if he whatever he feels comfortable with. So I'm just saying, I know that there's Christian Arabs there because of the ones I went to. So like if they're there, I'm sure there's others. And yeah, and regardless, he can definitely find like a hookah place that serves like a very good shawarma, honey, you know, like a tagine, you know, like it makes like an egg shakshuka, like it makes him feel really, really good. They could foster or adopt. I think Zayed would be happy doing that if he could have. Oh, that's very, yeah. Do you think that Zayed's not gonna like flirt with someone and then feel like his masculinity by like feeling smarter and or older than someone because season one in his homeland, he felt more masculine and more in charge, right? And here he was sort of like, yes, down for the ride and a little pleasant, polite prince. But I wonder if I wonder if there was like an old Zayed underneath there that's like, like waiting to get out. Chicken Shack salary. I mean, here's the thing, Sarah. Sarah saying, yeah, but could Rebecca support a baby and Zayed on a Chicken Shack salary? And what I'm telling you, Sarah, is after this, they are hopefully giving her some sort of like stake. I mean, like the amount of advertising that she's done for Joella's, like, I mean, they should just literally name it Rebecca's Hot Chicken because, like, I didn't know about this place beforehand. And I've gone now through the menu 3 times, and I again live in 5 states over from like the nearest one. There's nothing around me. There's like 5 states around the Alabama area that has Joella's, but I think for sure that like she's getting some sort of like back end. Maybe that's why she's working so hard. Maybe they're like, we'll pay you a bonus. I don't know. He's like her son. The roles are all messed up. I mean, it kind of feels like she's fostering anyway. Rebecca will not allow him to have friends. Oh, so he'll be gone in 5 years. Rebecca will drive him away. Ooh, I don't like the parent-child relations they had. Yes, but it's so interesting because Rebecca is like the daughter in every one of her other relationships with people, except for her relationship with Zayed, in which she becomes mom again. Rebecca is not even mom to her own, like mom relationship to her own kids. Like Tiffany's there, they're like, all right, mom, like getting her mom ready for like her mom's like 4th wedding, but like giving her mom like hair and makeup like you're getting your like daughter for like picture school day. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's sad. Her in that chicken stained polo. Oh my, can you imagine what that polo smells like? And here's the thing. Good is the answer. But also strong. Like to like even consider getting the smell out, which you will never do. Like you'd have like, are you gonna like soak it in OxyClean and then like wash it with those extra pellets you can get that are just smell pellets you're supposed to buy now and put it in, which I think is the dumbest thing. I like kept being like, oh my God, they just made a brand new product. You're supposed to put smelly pellets into your washer. It's not detergent. It's not softener. It's not bleach. It's not stain bloppity blues. It's just supposed to be extra smell. And I honestly don't get it because there's so much smell in all the other shit. Like there's so much smell in detergent and there's so much smell in softener that like dual purpose things. Like the softener makes like the, you know, clothes softer and like you got to put the detergent in. And so to my mind, I was like, who's going to buy that dumbass shit? And I am telling you, it's in all the homes I go to, including mine. And you're like, why is it in yours? And it's like, my dad buys it. My dad loves those little things. I think they're so dumb. They're like, I mean, how much? They're like $5. Why would you even spend that? Ugh. I want that chicken. I really love chicken. Okay, moving on. So obviously in this episode, there is no Amira and Andrew, and there's no Stephanie. And Stephanie the hula hoop, Stephanie the cat. There's obviously no Ryan. You know, there's no Harris. Harris is gone. We don't get another one yet. I was calling Maria, but I was kind of hoping, what if she was like, well, I was with Harris. I cheated on Harris with his brother, Marvin. Marvin shows up. I don't know. But no, that didn't happen. That's just like dreams, fantasies I have. Thank you so much for being in the room right now. If you haven't yet, before we move on, will you consider liking this video or subscribing to me if you haven't? Liking this video is just, giving the algorithm a little tickle into YouTube by giving it a thumbs it up. 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 I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to get a lot of comments about that. And I'm going to get a lot of like, Chris, I hear these videos in my earphones and I hate the noise you made and I hate you. When's your edited recap coming out? No, I'm just kidding. I felt like my little like Mariah by like, thank you so much. You are like, Marie, you're being so generous with my super chats tonight. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate them. Super chats make me feel like getting a tip, like being a waitress again. Like, if you ever waited tables, like getting a tip, like a good tip, always feels so good. Like, it's not about the money, but like having someone be like, you did good. It's very like, yeah, like you did good, babe, or something like that. It feels like, yeah, validation, I guess. It feels really good. I hope that, and that's why I think everyone should work in the service industry. It's not just because you, of course, gain the respect for people who have to serve you, which is annoying and hard. And not that I'm serving you right now, but like I'm literally talking about like retail and like restaurant work. But also there's like this weird like understanding of other things. Anyway, thank you so much. It is the only chat I make a point of coming to. Yay. Okay. Thanks, Allie. Shall we move on? Let's move on. Brandon and Julia. Julia. We are calling her Julia now, right? And we were always supposed to be calling her Julia. We're done for not calling her Julia. So, yeah, this is another wedding scene, which is fine. So Betty has taken a backseat, I think, this season, the second part of the season, right? Like almost the first part of the season, Betty was like on par with Stephanie, where I was like, well, which one's crazier? Well, which one's going to be the nuttier one? Ends up being as crazy as Betty was, Stephanie, I think, took the cake, where I was just like, but okay, so this was a little confusing. When Julia went and tried on the wedding dresses with Brandon and Betty the first time, and she like liked the first dress, I don't know if she like bought it then or she was like, I'll come back and buy it, but she obviously didn't buy it or didn't get there in time, because now they're like obviously having to do this wedding and she has to go get a dress, just like one of them dresses. And it's sad for her because it's not the dress she wants to get, and it's kind of like this racer back, is that what you call it? Or halter top. No, like racer back dress, like where it's like hanging around her neck or whatever. And it has like a low neckline. It's, you know what it is? It's no, I don't know what it is. She's so cute, and it's still like with Rebecca, like to see these smiling women, I feel like bad taking anything away from them. So I'm just like purely saying like their style wise, it's like, it wasn't the best. Now, there's Julia, she could do so much better, but I guess it's not about that. Like, the season really is about, like, take what you can get during COVID, and we understand that. So, halter. Like, at one point, Brandon's, like, trying to put a bun on her. We're like, why is that happening? Like, Ron's making jokes, like, they're getting ready at the farm or whatever, which I guess is what they have to do. Like, she's getting ready in the same bathroom as Brandon. There's like hardly any room. That part is my nightmare. Like, if you told me I had to get ready for my wedding in a shared bathroom like that with all those products and not any room anywhere, and like him trying to put a bun in like, I don't even know what I would do. I don't know what I would do. I'd be very upset. I'd be sad. I'd be mad. I'd cry, and like, but Julia really takes it in stride. She's like, ow, you're pulling my hair. It really hurts. It's horrible. But she cuts the flowers, honey. She's like, I'm just going to have Brandon walk me down the aisle. It's not my dad. I'm not going to have anyone else. I'm definitely going to have Ron. I'm definitely not going to have Papa, or whatever. That one, that's a direct lineage of like Brandon, Betty, and Papa. Yes, I did talk about Mike and Natalie. I opened with Mike and Natalie. Don't worry, I'll talk about it at the end if you want me to. Only because you come here a lot, Mr. T.L. Snow. So, the wedding in the church, how Julia wants it. They are streaming it for Julia's peeps, and it's like her mom's crying and her dad is just like maintain that stiff upper lip, but you can tell in his eyes that they're just like welling with tears. Julia wanted Brandon to write his vows in Russian, also on a cue card, and then for her to do it in English. Now, the cue card part, I didn't quite understand because the cue card was there. And it looked like he like half did it. And then he was like, I'm just going to read it from my phone. I mean, that part was interesting. Is it that she just wanted the sentimental value of having them later? I think the better thing to do is, now that I saw his writing and the cue cardness of it, is to get them like professionally printed. Like, because he obviously, I don't know what he did, like Google Translate or whatever, like his actual vows he read or whatever. He, make that like a beautifully printed side-by-side piece. That was lovely. Didn't you love that? And we got to see Brandon, give Julia what she wanted. Like, even before the wedding, he said, like, after tomorrow, you'll never be sad again. Which, isn't that a song? There's a lyric of a song that's like that. After tomorrow, you'll never be sad again, or something. I like that song. It's very, like, early aughts or 90s. Maybe a man sings it. Yeah, a man sings it. Maybe a man with a high voice. Is there, there should be some sort of, game show where someone would now have to guess what song I'm talking about, given the clues that I am stream of consciousness trying to grab at. Okay, so I'm surprised Betty didn't kiss Brandon on the mouth afterwards. Yeah, she really is just like, he'll always be my baby. He'll always want to drink a little milk at night from one of my boobies. And since it's happened every night, they still make milk. Ron's like, sometimes I help. Yeah, this is why I'm not I'm scared every time I do a live. Your couple always run over. Sounds like a line from The Corpse Bride. Yulia. Yeah, what is it? Yulia. Yulia. Thank you. Betty's dress was not the best. Yeah. Oh my God, Chris, you are too funny. I know. Okay, so anything else about Brandon and Yulia? It's it was cute. Brandon even made a bath for her, this did give me such 20-year-old vibes, this bathtub. But he was shirtless and Yulia was into it. And Sarah, just a little tip, assuming your nails are on point. Who are you, Ellen? I actually just have, this one broke. I have no color on my nails right now because I'm trying to just put the biotiques on them and have them grow out. But I was playing with kids and ranch animals over the weekend, and this one just say goodbye. It was just no, bye, we're not playing anymore. Boop. So I had to think it off. Thank you so much, Sarah. Thank you so much for that tip. I appreciate it. And now I'll go get up my Easter mani. I'm thinking for the Easter mani to do just a gradient color scheme, white, pale, nude, pink, yellow, one of those. Okay. Yeah, Julia's parents are cute. His dad's so cute. Just his dad loves him some Yulia, wants the best for his Yulia and wants Yulia to be with a man. And Brandon, I think, is trying so hard. And I think this is another theme. This is where we did not find Mike didn't do any of this. Mike never tried, besides the waterfall, to give Natalie more than what she wanted, than the waterfall. Mike wasn't going to change his lifestyle. Mike should have never said that he was going to, but for some reason, Mike just started to resent Natalie so much. Whereas someone like Jovi, it feels at this point, which we'll talk about them next, obviously, as I've made this transition, and Brandon are in this episode trying to make their ladies happy, right? Brandon with the bathtub and the Russian and never being sad again. God bless. Mike isn't trying any of that. Like you're never gonna see Mike like helping Natalie like do her skincare to look good for her wedding. Okay, so oof, my back hurts. Jovi and Yara. Um. Okay, so Jovi and Yara. So Jovi and Yara have like 48 hours in Vegas, right? To like do all the things before the Vegas Elvis style nuptials. Okay. And they're getting married at the Graceland wedding chapel by Elvis. And they need all the things, except for the dress, which, yeah, Yara got. But the rings. So they have to go get the rings, and we're supposed to believe that there's going to be some sort of argument over price, but that really didn't happen. And this part I want to like, did I say something? Didn't the ring thing seem to be like he didn't want to pay, like it was going to be a thing where Joe was going to like say no to the $1,200 ring? He just says the price, but he kind of the whole time is like, yeah, you are whatever you want. Like even like yeah, he brings it up, which is annoying, whatever. But his mom is like, oh, you shouldn't be talking about the price. Like this is a sentimental thing, and you want it to be like the ring for the rest of your life. And I also don't know about rings because I've never been married, and so I don't understand how much rings are supposed to be. But I get there's two. So she's had the engagement ring, and that ring is the more expensive ring, and the ring now they're buying is the band. I don't know how much bands are supposed to usually be. But this one I thought was nice looking. I thought it was pretty. So I can't judge. I mean, yeah. I can't tell if 12 I'm so sorry. I can't tell if $1,200 is supposed to be a lot or a little for that ring. To me, $1,200 for a diamond ring for like your wedding band doesn't seem that much. I'm assuming that you could easily spend like 5 or 10,000 on like that piece. Just like I'm assuming, like actual engagement rings can go obviously very high in value, right? But he was like chill with that. They got the thing. But the craziest part is that they go to get his tux, and they go to the best place ever. Because this tuck shop they walk into, and at first they're like, are we in the right place? It's all wedding dresses. This person comes out, they're like, hi. They're like, we don't know if the right place. It's all bride gowns. They're like, oh, no worry. We have a whole tux back storage area. And they're like, okay, cool. And she's like, do you have an appointment? And they're like, no. And we were all like, ooh, what's gonna happen? She's like, no worries. When you need a bot, they're like, tomorrow. And we're like, no, what's gonna happen now? She's like, we got that. She's like, and don't worry. We're going to get everything done, altered everything. You're going to leave with it now. And then when you're done with it, we'll just come pick it up. It's the joviest Jovi response ever, which is almost a little annoying because the Jovi segment of this Vegas is very much like Jovi never plans for anything, but always works out on Jovi time. Don't worry, it'll all work out. This is always how it is. You know what I'm saying? And so to get this magic tux shop with this amazing sales lady who has, don't worry, honey, like multicolored purple braids are like her down her back, honey, and she's very interested and very accommodating. She does everything that the 90 Day Fiancé sales associate's supposed to do, which is get the whole backstory, then also get like the inherent problems at hand, and then also give her obvious opinion on what should happen while still maintaining like an air of professionalism that she's going to get this sale. And also on top of that, delivering like a great performance for her job. Like they didn't say, unless I missed it, the name of the tuck shop. But if I could tell you now, like, oh, don't worry, there's a tuck shop / bride place where you can just roll up without an appointment and they'll alter something immediately that day, give it to you. And then whenever you're done with it, they'll just come pick it up for you. You'd be like, oh, yeah. That place is great. And that's what we just got to watch on this show. I mean, if Joellis was smart, Joellis would have catered Rebecca and Zayed's wedding. So we could watch Zayed like have a mouthful of that crunchy kale salad and be like, I love this, Rebecca. It's so amazing. Like with the chicken in his mouth. And Joella would have like come out like, hey guys, like my chicken? I don't know who she is, but I made this on an accent mostly because it's in the South. Um. So anyway, Jovi gets the rings. Like teaches now. I'm going a little backtrack. Is that also we get a fun scene of like Yara coming down and trying to learn blackjack with his friends. God, I miss Vegas. It is weird because this is happening in COVID, and it feels like no one had a mask on. I mean, must have been really early COVID. I don't understand how life works, but pre-COVID, I miss just like sitting down at a blackjack table and playing. Blackjack's great because the dealer is obligated to tell you what to do. Obligated is not the right word, but you can always ask the dealer. Like, it's not a big deal to be like, what am I supposed to do? and because there's all the odds, right? Like after a certain, like there's, I don't know if you know that, right? I'm sure there's people that know how to play blackjack in this room, but the probability and the odds based upon what you have and the dealer has and what's showing and what you should do next for the next person, like it can be a little like, ugh. And so just to have the option to be like, what am I supposed to do? And then have them tell you and just be like, or like, I also, the best part of blackjack to me is the fun hand moves. It's kind of like that that scene in League of Their Own I always loved, where they're just like, but it's like you just get to do one. Or I like the point hit. Point. And then stay. Stay. Okay. Yeah, with Yara and Jovi, it's like next week we're supposed to like have some sort of cold feet maybiness with Yara. I mean, it doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem like it's for sure. But also, I feel like it is crazy that like that Monty has a conversation with his son where he's just like, we all know the Jovi. Like Jovi is like, he's so Jovi. They all know him. He's the joviest. I think it's so funny. He's jovial. I wonder if his full name is Jovial. He is jovial, and maybe that's part of his personality with the drinking and the strippers, but it's also just like, it's part of his like lucky, happy-go-lucky, jovial. Jovial also makes me kind of feel like Santa-esque. Like Santa's jovial. Maybe jovial also has some sort of pot-belly connotation. Do you think that? He isn't just a huge character, Lisa, and the dad knows it. And the dad is a huge character. So it's so funny that like Monty is a huge character, and Monty is just like, but Jovi, you're a huge character. You used to know marriage is hard. You've seen the relationship I've had with your mom. And when he said that, I felt like for a moment, had a flash of the relationship that Monty has had with Jovi's mom. And I feel for Jovi's mom. I mean, I feel for that woman. What that woman's seen. No wonder why her eyes are kind of small now. She can't look at too much anymore. This is a mean thing I'm saying. But anyway, oh, welcome, Kenning Productions, first live, thumbs up, thank you. I really appreciate it. I think an effort should be put into a ring if you're wearing it forever. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. It's interesting, like the giving of jewelry to people, but like weddings is a whole situation. Named after Bon Jovi. Oh, that actually makes sense. That makes more sense then. Why would I thought that maybe he was named after a word, an adjective. Okay, well. Jovi's parents know him very well. Notice how they're always questioning their son and not their future daughter-in-law. Well, yeah. Well, yeah. They question her about like whether she joins the stereotype they have in their minds of Eastern European women who want to get to America. But I also feel like they also are like, you're kind of too good for Jovi. Yara, why are you marrying our son? Just look at the way you dress. Look at the way you like behave. Like, you don't. Like, this one thinks it's okay to like travel with like a cold crawfish sandwich like 3 hours to give to you as a pregnant woman. I'm just saying, like, that's what you're marrying, and they're way different than Brandon's parents. Yeesh. Yeah, I mean, it's quite a pendulum. What happens to the engagement after people get married? The engagement ring? They wear it. It becomes her wedding ring, right? With the band. I don't understand. Never been married. She probably doesn't want waking up to Monty. Yeah. So she ever that's why I'm sure she's like, why is Yara getting mad at your job? My favorite part of your dad's job is when he's not here. When he's here, I'm like, oh God. Well, I'm suddenly gonna be really into Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy for 3 hours a night, Okay. Tariq and Hazel. I haven't talked about Tariq or Hazel yet. Okay, so again, another wedding ceremony. In this time, the little crisis not crisis, but the drama situation for Hazel is whether her parents are going to attend the Zoom after she came out to them. And she's getting ready, and we see, Tariq getting Ari ready in that white dress, which I really like. It almost gave me like a Ted Baker vibe. And then they start doing the hair and makeup for Hazel. And I hated it. What did they do? Okay. It looked okay. This is what it looked like. It looked like they put extensions in, not like clip-in extensions, that like glued in extensions to her hair. Which I was like, oh, not necessary, but okay. Then they just curled the hell out of them. The hair was one thing. It was just a little, I think, like I would have liked to have seen a little, I don't know, it didn't seem like as refined. But when we get to the makeup, let's talk about it. Now, first shot of Hazel is the open palette of an Urban Decay Naked palette. I know it. So I'm like, oh. Then they go to the eyeshadow that's already on her eye. And it is like an iridescent purple green on her eye. Very heavy. Okay. Fake eyelashes. Red lip. Okay. It was hard to watch. No, for me, it was hard to watch. Yes, I'm being a little dramatic, but I love bridal makeup. And it's like when I saw the naked palette, I just wanted there to be like beautiful bridal makeup. And it looked like going out to a goth club makeup. Like heavy green, iridescent purple green, like movement eye and a red lip. Like if it's gonna be a red lip, like you can't do green purple eyeshadow too, like, and then just the white dress. I mean, it's not for me. My opinion is just my opinion, and it's not for me. This is not my bridal look, nor my bridal look for Hazel, nor did I feel like it fit the hair, nor did it fit the dress, nor like it looked like you are going out at night to like a sexy club or whatever. Like that's fine. Or like maybe like it was the opposite of daytime bride. Not at all. I mean, I couldn't believe it. If you wanted the red lip, this is what everyone knows you have to do. You have to do a very muted eye. You can do an eyeliner, absolutely, a beautiful cat eyeliner. You can really even go heavy on the line. Not the heaviness of the line. You can extend your line. But you actually can't do too heavy of a line. You can't have unless you're really going haute couture, then you can do like a full black line. But to have like too much color and red lips, it's like, how do you know even where to look? It looks bananas. I couldn't get enough of it. Okay, but here we are, honey. So I am so happy to tell you that Angela was the minister at this wedding, and she should have been. I mean, what that woman has done for this couple, are you kidding me? They couldn't get married, of course, in the church that Hazel wanted, but Tariq got his dream of getting married at that weird prayer, fellowship, meditation center where the guy was like a dentist, or no, like what the main guru guy was. Will you put someone under? Eek! Not a dentist. I'm so dumb. A hypnotherapist. Like that was his thing. So, okay, but Tariq gets that, and then he gets his powder blue suit, honey. Now, Dean isn't going to come to the wedding. We know that because they don't like each other. But don't worry, they have an older brother, and he comes and he's going to help move chairs. And Tariq also gets his mom on Zoom, and we get her parents who do end up coming to the Zoom, which was great. So, everything else is like cute. She like is like, hi Ari, and she kisses Ari, and Tariq's like crying, and Tariq says that like she looks angelic, and Angela is, like so lovely with them, and like having Hazel even like have a relationship with Tariq's friends make me so happy. Like when she says that Angela's become her friend too, I felt that. And also, like, again, when Hazel's getting that horrible makeup and hair done, Angela's like, what do you think about last night? And like, I mean, Hazel's like, I like the clap. She's like, the butt cheeks clapping. That's not what I mean. That's not it at all. Oh, that's obviously clapping. I don't know. I thought that this was going to look way more like butt cheeks than it ended up looking like. I'm so sorry. But, it's just, yeah, I just can't get over how colorful and how expressive she is and how much energy she has behind her and how much lingo she gets down and how, like, when she's talking about sex with women, women she's into. Hi, Sherry. Welcome. My dad's watching a movie that's like having it sounds like a sports movie having a big climactic part of a game right now. Like it's just so much cheering, you know what I'm saying? I think it's funny. She loved that chocolate booty twerking all up on her. That's the happiest we've ever seen her. I mean, she's like, give me that booty. I want that booty. I want to make it clap. I want to make it rain on that booty. I want that booty. How do I do that to my butt? How do I get that butt? Made me so happy. Yeah, so I just, the makeup was the worst makeup of the episode for me, and that means that I think that it was worse than Rebecca's makeup by the hand of Tiffany, and absolutely, I would have rather Tiffany's red eyeshadow and red lip on Hazel than the like iridescent green to purple with the red lip. Okay. Will I ever get over that? I mean, maybe not. Maybe I don't know what I expected. It's just that she's so pretty. And so to have such a like hard looking, distracting makeup just hurts. It hurts, So Natalie's makeup is also bananas. I know a lot of bananas, like confessional shots of her, like where she has like such hard eye makeup and like some parts of the confessional she has burgundy lipstick that has gone to her teeth, and at one point she's also wiped that away now and doesn't have anything at some points. I mean, Natalie looked the best this season when she was just like serum skinning it out in the natures. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Mine held up, but just think of some of the classic dresses. Princess Grace. I love her curls, though. Okay, yeah, the curls. I think I think that I thought like something should be done with them. It's just like they gave her all this long hair, but then it was kind of like a bunch of like stringy curls. I don't know. I think it just. I don't know. My wedding dress was neon pink. I love neon pink. I like neon pink, and I have a fascination with like neon coral or neon peach. Natalie's so pretty, but so fucking crazy. Yeah, she is. There is a picture of her, I think I have it, of her at her last wedding. And she looks so different. And she definitely, neither here nor there, like obviously got lip fillers, which changed her appearance a lot. But one thing she didn't get was a nose job, which I'm really honestly happy about because sometimes I think that specifically also Eastern European doctors tend to make noses all look the exact same. I mean, I think like as a especially with like the addedness of like filter fatigue on Instagram, like I think everyone thinks that everyone's nose is supposed to be really small. So I'm happy she didn't like touch it. I think Natalie's really, really pretty and very interesting looking. And I think like a lot of her beauty comes from like somewhat of like an engaging look where you're just like, oh, what's happening there? A lot of stuff. Whatever. And so that's why I go back to what I said, which is that she could be a really good actress. Yara, though, she looks so different. Yeah, Yara looks crazy. Yara has a picture where she looks like Yara looked like, and I mean this 100%, if you put the first Nicole Richie with the first Paris Hilton we met. So Nicole Richie was like a little squattier, and Paris Hilton. If you just combine them as a person, that is what Yara looked like. Yara looks very different. Yara's hair needed some serum in Vegas, and that's fine. I'm just, only because I'm like now being whatever, somewhat petty about people's makeup, and she needed a little serum. Her hair was a little like flyaways. But at the same time, I was happy she was enjoying herself in Vegas. And at the same time, I do wish she could have had a drink at that blackjack table. I think she would have really enjoyed it. What do you guys think about, who are we talking about? I guess we were talking about Hazel and Tariq, but I think we've started talking about everyone now. Yara, I feel like people are talking about Natalie and Yara. So what do you guys think about their looks? What do we think about these weddings? Again, we didn't have Stephanie or Andrew and Amira on here. If we all know what we know about what happens with Mike and Natalie, we can talk a little bit about that. I know I keep teasing that I'm going to do a cast controversies, either like edited recap or a live. I'm still deciding what I want to do, and I'm trying to see if I can like do what Wa's doing, which is streaming me in through StreamYard. That also goes to YouTube, and then having her also be able to talk. They all ugly. Amira's pretty. Like all these women, like I think Natalie's much prettier without makeup. I think Hazel's really. I think women are pretty without makeup, and I think that makeup can also really enhance some things. Like I love wearing makeup. I'm wearing a lot of makeup right now, but it looks like basic natural makeup. But I'm wearing makeup. Oh, in my eyes. Like I'm wearing a BB cream, concealer, powder. I'm wearing bronzer, blush, eyebrow makeup, 2 different kinds of eyeshadow, and an eyeshadow liner, mascara, eyeshadow liner, mascara, lip liner, lipstick. And, like, if you saw me out, now you might be like, those lips are intense because I told you those lips are intense. But if you saw me out, you'd be like, that girl has a full face of makeup. But I do. You would just be like, that girl looks like she has good skin. That girl overlined her lips and she looks like she has good skin, which you wouldn't be wrong. Amira has the best head of hair on the show. Amira has amazing hair. I also think that Hazel has great hair, which is why I was like, do I just need the extensions? But yeah, Amira has great hair. I have no face without makeup. I feel like I have a mildly like masculine looking face without makeup, and makeup just brings out some more of the feminine looking features of my face. I love makeup very much. I love it. I'm wearing so much, Lucy, Thank you so much. I'm wearing so much though. That's like the point. So it was an agreement for immigration, their marriage after all. It makes sense they are not together now. Oh, Laura, yeah, she's coming in hot. Is that talking where did you say something else? Or are you talking to someone specifically? So yeah, we can talk. So spoiler alert is Laura's talking about Mike and Natalie. So it was an agreement so I don't know if it was an agreement, but so now that I've said that, I think this is what Laura's talking about, which is Nike and Natalie is what I almost said. Mike and Natalie get married. I think April 12th or something, because we have the document, which I think was the last day. So they get married. And from that point to this point, we don't know what happened except for Beau released like a statement to Soap Dirt or one of them, honey, where he said that Natalie and Mike have not been together for a couple months now, that she's not been there, and that she lives in Seattle. So that would make sense and track the fact that all of her YouTube videos are from like a kitchen that's obviously not Mike's. So when she started making those YouTube videos, we were like, what kitchen is that? Not Mike's. Did they move? Did she get him to move to Seattle to be closer to his work or whatever? Like, I don't actually know if he worked in Seattle or whatever, but like, was she finally like, I'm not doing another like winter there in COVID. We're not going to live in this house in COVID. I don't know. But that is what happened. How is she supporting herself? Well, I think that she is coming for that YouTube money, so she's probably open to making the internet funds and riches that one can make. I'm sure she's on Cameo. I haven't looked, but I'm sure she's on Cameo. I can't believe Mike and Natalie got married. I can't either. I honestly can't, because it feels like Mike knows that it's not a good idea, but I just really feel like he can't get over how much he wants to get boned, nor how he feels somewhat guilty to make her fly back in COVID. She'll 100% have an OnlyFans. Like, see, I almost said that, but I'm like, I don't even know if I do feel like she'd have an OnlyFans, but I feel like her content would be very not risque or trying to just hint at something, but you just like be like, ooh, and you click on it and just be like her trying to trick you into like eating some weird fish biscuit or something. Honestly, that's what I feel. If you haven't yet, will you like this video? Sometimes you have to exit out of the chat to do so, and that's annoying. And like, I know we forget, but it would really help me in my internet life. Since we're just because you know what, I got on the subject talking about making money on the internet, and I'll tell you, it's a shitty life. It's really hard, especially for someone like me. I have like no subscribers. You know, like basically like not even. I think I have. I have under 10,000. Okay. So I'm like basically nothing. So, but it would really help. So yeah, that's like how you have to make money is you have to ask people like, will you subscribe to me? And will you like this dumb video so that YouTube will put in the algorithm and like blah, 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 blah. So it is annoying for me to ask, but let's just be real. That's why I have to, because at some point I would like to also make money from YouTube. However, you know what's so interesting? If I was to be honest with you in this moment, this is what the lives are for. Like, I'll tell you this. I don't really know if I necessarily want people to want to, I don't want to be beholden to my opinion. I appreciate the opportunity to give it because I'm just opinionated as a person and somewhat nosy and somewhat obsessive and somewhat like curious. But it's a weird time now where like, I don't want people to think that my opinions are like targets at other people, or it's like, I like the idea of just doing a live where I just come on after watching a dumb show and then talk to you guys like we're all friends and then just like talk about it. But like at the same time, am I trying to like monetize my opinion? It's such a weird thing. I don't like the idea of saying I want to monetize my opinion because I think that I don't want to be beholden to my opinion. I just like the idea of connecting to people and like talking about stuff we like. This internet is really scary though sometimes. What do you guys think? I hate the game of the play. It's how the YouTube goes. I mean, you know how it is. Like, YouTube is crazy. Have you ever like looked at kids' YouTube? I was playing with kids over the weekend. They're all obsessed with kid YouTube. There's like this guy named Ryan's World. He's basically a billionaire, and like he just like him and his family just like crank out content all day long in their house. There's just all these families that are on YouTube cranking out content for kids. Yeah, Natalie has a YouTube, Christina. She has cooking videos. I wish she would have skincare videos. Someone will see you and give me a show. Oh my God, Stacy, thank you. From your lips to God's ears. Honey, right now it is ask for like another thing of smart water. We're kind of winding down this season, and I think that the season kind of like hit early some of its better points, and then we've kind of just seen it slowly die. And I think that obviously the COVID thing was hard for the producers to like continue filming and having like the storyline be able to progress. Like we never got to see Hazel hook up with a girl. She wasn't allowed. We were, I'm just saying like for one of them, we weren't allowed to see like Tariq and Hazel go on dates or go to even a bar, and have Hazel like look sexy and wear the eye makeup and lipstick that she wore at the wedding at the appropriate place, which was club at night on the hookup scene on the prowl in a pre-COVID world trying to find her lady. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't get to see that, which would have been great and fun. And we just like also never like talked about the Julia farm animal stuff anymore. Like, is she still upset about that? Is she still having to do that? Can you hear that? Whatever movie that my dad is watching, and it's dramatic, and at one point I know it's sports related, there is an impassioned monologue happening right now. No, I don't know what it is. No, the minute I stopped talking, they stopped talking. But like the whole time I was screaming, there was a man screaming, and I just didn't know if you heard it. So yeah. Next week with that. Okay, so next week it's like, so anyway, my point is like, it's like even next week's previews look pretty boring. Like this season's kind of slowly ending. It really ended when COVID started, I guess, in some ways. And interesting to see, like, I guess what happens to Stephanie when she's back in America. Like, I wonder if the producers have, okay, so we do know this, that obviously she like FaceTimes Harris's baby mama. And but like in a non-COVID world, they could maybe like try and like make something fancy happen, right? But they can't even do that. Like at the end of Stephanie's, unless like for some reason one of Stephanie's like long lost loves comes out of the woodwork. Ugh, I just feel like such a bittersweet double-edged sword with Stephanie, which is I do want more TV. I do want to see more of her. Like I think there's more to be seen, but I think that she's also like really toxic. And so that part's hard. And I will also just feel like she needs help and she should get the help that she needs. But there's the other part of me that's a devil, an absolute devil. There are so many Canadians here. It is bananas. There are more Canadians that watch my lives than anyone else. I just kick it in LA, honey. I watch this New York feed, and then I get every Canadian, honey, coming in here. I'm just kidding. Quasi's, my dad just texted me. Canadian. My dad just texted me that he loves me. Isn't the cutest thing ever? I'm on live right now, and I'm talking about you, comma. What movie are you watching? It's very loud. Period. LOL, period. His movie is over. I would like to see one person in Stephanie's life that has not been paid to be there. Ooh! Stephanie was burning Ryan's visa paperwork. Oh my God. It's like, is she going to burn her house down? I mean, my God. Who? I don't know what that means. That's a person's name. Edmonton Oliers. Mm-hmm. Oh, there's a Canadian thing, isn't it? Oh, God bless. I'm so sorry. Is that a soccer team? LOL, does he have his shirt on? I know, right? He didn't text me back yet. He's texting back right now. You can see the bubbles. Gridiron Gang. That's what he's watching. Is it good? Come say hi. So yeah. Hi from the Bay. Hi, Princess. You just come in. Oh, hi, girl. Oh, Sarah liked that movie. Dad's just like watched movies. I have this thing now where I have like ADD where I'm just like, I can't sit down for a movie. Yet, I just watched 2 hours of 90 Day Fiancé. I don't think that's right. I don't think it's okay. I don't think I'm going to make it anyway. Oh, Glibbo. Hi, come on in. Roxanne and Anna. Are you leaving Amsterdam or are you here? You're saying goodbye? You're just kissing? I'm football obsessed though, so whether it's NFL, college, or football movies, yeah. I'm down. Dad! Just come say hi. You don't gotta look at him. LML took me ages to find our flag. Oh, yay! I can't watch a movie either. Yeah, I'm so crazy. Mickey, really late, dear. Glibbo. Well, you know what? Better late than never. My dad's not going to come because he's watching this movie. It's still happening. I can tell by the music. My dad has this thing where I think that he gets self-conscious, but also sometimes he's shirtless, and also then gets self-conscious because he's shirtless. Because, he's like, doesn't live his life on the internet. So he's like, it doesn't understand that I'm like YouTubing and online. He hates how much I Instagram story. He gets really mad, but then sometimes he likes it. Sometimes he'll be like, put that on Facebook. I'll be like, see? You're gonna like a minute long video of you talking about Kim B or whatever. Here, let me call him. This is what a live is for, right? Yes. Hi, you're on live right now. We just wanted to call and say hi. How are you?
Well, I'm doing fantastic. Just watching a great movie and missing my little girl.
Now, the movie is Gridlock Gang, right?
Gridiron Gang.
Gridiron.
Kids that are playing a football game and they're all in prison. Young.
Oh, okay. Guys. God bless. All right. Well.
Stars the Rock.
Stars the Rock. Okay. Yeah. Is it almost done?
Yeah. Talk to you later.
Is that not like the daddiest dad? Dad on a live stream? Watching the Rock's Gridiron Gang. The nickel and dime thing in Chris's... Oh, thank you. That's like my, Sometimes I have weird puns that come to me in the moment. I like The Rock. By the way, The Rock... Have you guys watched The Young Rock on NBC? It's like his childhood show. The Rock has a show called The Young Rock on NBC, and it's paired with Kenan Thompson's show, Kenan. It's on Tuesday nights. And you're going to hear it first. I'm on an episode of, not Young Rock, but I'm on an episode of Kenan. I think I'm allowed to say that now. I will tell you when the episode airs. The episode is called Teacher Strike. I won't tell you anything else about it. I can only tell you that because it's the name of the episode, and it would be privy information. I think it's episode 7, but I'm not quite sure. And it's on NBC, so if you have a normal television, you can just watch it. It's Tuesday nights. It's 8:30. And I will tell you more about it when I know exactly when it's going to air. But you could just add it to your DVR now. I'm just kidding. But I have a really good episode. I'm in it a lot. you'll be like, I know that girl. Oh, I know that there she is. I know her. And I'll be like, yeah, it's me. Playing a completely different person. I know, isn't that so weird? Plus, it'll be so weird because it's like, obviously I'm not famous. Again, as I said, I have like less than 10,000 subscribers on YouTube or whatever, God bless. So like, it will feel like you know me. Because no one else will in the room. They'll be like, who's that? You'll be like, that's Chris. I won't have these lips though. Don't worry. Yeah, I'd be sure to tell you, I just keep looking. It's episode 7 and it's called Teacher's Strike. So, are you gonna remember us when you hang out with Kim K? Honey, I need some skims in my life. Yes, I'll always remember you. Always. Mostly you, Marie, because you give me a lot of super chats. No, I'm just kidding. I love you. Ha ha ha. No, I obviously always will. There just might be a point where I feel like maybe I really don't want to be famous. Obviously, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to be like known for my opinion. I just kind of want to just be like work for the rest of my life and like be able to like make money and like do what I want to do and work with friends, and then also like have a family. Can you believe that people come in here into this room and say the craziest shit? Just the craziest stuff. People are dumb. People are crazy. Have you watched Tiger docuseries? Tiger King? Tiger King? Yes. Will you do a weight loss journey vid? I do want to talk about that more because like that weight loss video got a lot of views and a lot of people that don't watch my YouTube like watched it. It's interesting because I want to give a good update. And I've gained weight in COVID, and I want to be able to speak from a place where I can have wisdom about it. And I do have wisdom about it, I think, but I think that once the COVID ends and I kind of can get back to a status quo of life, I'll be able to speak on it more, like how to deal when some of the tools of the weight loss surgery ends and you are presented with the opportunity to fall back into patterns that you had before. But at the same time, you've ascertained, hopefully, a new barrage of skills because you combated the weight, not just from a physical standpoint, but from an emotional and mental and spiritual standpoint. And being able to lean on the confidence and security you've gotten from the literal workouts that you've done, that you have incredible power in your mind and more strength in your body than you know. So these are the things I know to be true. And I think that I want to be able to get a little stronger and a little more back to, I think, the fitter place I was in pre-COVID. But I don't know if that's just like old tapes, I will. So like, I have gained weight. I'm just showing you a little bit. I don't know if that was too intimate or whatever, so I have to like get back to really being firm. Like I just like had fun. Yeah, it would be so hard. I had my weight loss surgery right before New York shut down. It was so weird improvising without the gym. I mean, I can see that. What was weird for me was because right before COVID, I was just like in it. I was like going to I had like my soul cycle, like, I loved this schedule. Like I lived for this. I just thought it was everything. It was just like my soul cycle, my hot yoga, and my Pilates. And I felt like I still feel like it's that is, I think, a really great curriculum for me. I require that fun cardio in the day to kind of like get out energy and to have fun and to make me feel strong. I require the Pilates to strengthen and tone my muscles and because Spinning is one movement over and over again. So I definitely need the Pilates to like have strength. In other places, like you do squats and things, and you do like planks and stuff like that. And then I need the yoga because it's just A, the stretch of it all, and B, I'm actually weirdly naturally flexible. So I need that. And then just see the mental aspect of like the breath. The breath that connects the movement in yoga is like a weird key to life for me. It's like the weight loss journey was like finding all these little like puzzles that were like I needed to like fill the empty holes that were like my health and fitness, and so like finding the little nugs that fit was like part of the process. I was going to suggest that if you watch anything to PST it, I'm watching everything. I don't know. That's a reference to. I love you so much. I was doing Pilates cycle. Yeah. I had my first yoga session this morning since I gave birth to my lovely daughter. Now here in Italy, we're on another shutdown. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh, how lovely to be in Italy though with a brand new baby and doing yoga. Okay, it's just that's gorgeous. Yeah, I I know. Hopefully you have like a practitioner that has a really beautiful setup and you can just breathe and feel like that person's there. I hope how lovely they have a new baby. I need a good bra. Oh, honey. I mean, yeah, I think that the easiest place if you can't find like a mom and pop or a mom uh place that like measures like Jeanette's bras in LA is a great one. They have a couple locations. It's just I mean, not to be like mass market about it, but like just to go to like a Nordstrom's and have them measure you. And and the selection of bras for bigger busted women, I think at Nordstrom will be better than at other places. It'll have more quality items than Macy's, and I think that your Nordstrom fit will be better. And then hopefully you'll be able to like get some sales so you're not spending Neiman Marcus prices or whatever. Or Molly in Georgia. I know. See? Yeah, I've added some weight with COVID, eating healthy again, hoping things will be better by fall. Yeah, I just have to like, I think for me, it's like I have to like say no to myself more. Cause like if you're just home all day, you're just like, I want a snack. Okay. Oh, I want fruit. Okay. I want a juice. Okay. I want this cookie. Okay. It's like I just have to like be like, okay, you can say yes to yourself sometimes, but like don't worry about saying no. You can just be like, oh, maybe I'll just not have that. Okay. Also drink more water, which is like I'm so thirsty right now. Also I have to it's also boring sometimes to work out by yourself. But I found for me like the best kind of workouts are when I feel like I have something to check into. So like an outdoor boot camp if that's available, but they were doing outdoor soul cycle classes, but I couldn't do them because you wear they're like ear buds, not earbuds, they're like headphones, and you wear masks, and I just could not work out the degree of cardio that is soul cycle with a mask on. And the ear things just kind of kept going all over the place. I was like sweating. They were just like, it was just not the best. So I'm live zooming working out right now, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I found like a class that does live Zoom. So, and you have to turn your camera on. So I feel like I have to like show up, but the showing up is just going into the other room. And like I found a woman that was really cheap. It's literally like $100 a month for like 3 classes a week. It's crazy. I want to eat healthy, but then I order pizza. I love pizza. I gain weight. I cannot stop eating when yeah, no, I get that. Could it be depression? It's like weird because we're getting out of winter and we're like getting out of the sad times or whatever. And also the lack of connection maybe we've had with people. So yeah. And then what, you feel bad because you're eating more, and so it's somewhat of a cycle. There's some part of it where you have to be okay with yourself and give yourself some slack, and then make choices that aren't punishing, but just like, let's do this walk. You're going to feel better if you do a walk. Let's do some stretching. You're going to feel better if you're doing some stretching, which is true. If you make your own pizza, real Italian pizza is not that fattening. Yeah, I just doubt very much this person's making real Italian pizza. God bless. Laura, honey, you don't know what life's like back in the States. Oh, stop texting me, everyone. It's too loud. I've been on for an hour and a half. What do you guys think? What are you guys thinking? I should go and get something to drink. I've sure been on lockdown with a new baby as a blessing and a curse all at once, like isolating but incredible bonding time. Yeah. I totally. All right, my loves. Okay, so I will do an edited recap. I'm gonna do a cast controversies thing, I promise. I'm still like gaining all my information. I'm getting a lot of information. My friend and I are celebrating our name days because our birthdays are around and it's too COVID. Yeah, it is too COVID. Name days. Name days. I like that. I don't use that in my life, my name day. All right, baby boos. Okay, I'm gonna go get water. I'm gonna, take off this makeup. I'm just gonna enjoy the last whatever moments of gridlocking or whatever my dad's watching. I really have appreciated this time with you guys. This was a really fun live. Maybe not the most detail orientated when it comes to note taking on my part for the 90-day couples, but who cares? Right? This was fun. And sometimes you need to change things up and feel a little different energy. So let's breathe it in. I really hope this next week is really, really great for all of us. I think we deserve it. I think we deserve to enter into spring, having done a little spring cleaning of our minds and our souls of last year, just getting out all the stuff that is still maybe residual. And also being kind to ourselves so that we're just able to survive at our best. So I'm so happy you guys are here. Linda, thank you so much for coming in. Some great comments. Linda, I want to see what your makeup game is too. Sarah, I'm so happy that you got to catch us live too. You always just leave comments afterward. And I'm so happy you got to be here. I love me some Lisa, my mods, Mickey, Micah. Micah, it is Micah, right? I'm not always just calling you Micah Marie. Is it Mika Marie? It might be Mika Marie. Will you tell me to do that again? I'm so sorry. Please be Mika. I mess it up. I'm so sorry. Once I said Micah, that's absolutely not it. Please be kind to yourself. Humanity needs all the kindness we can give. Yeah, I mean, it really starts with yourself. I think a lot of times people are mean to other people when they feel just a lot of anger and resentment towards themselves. Mika, I also if you want to talk about post-surgery stuff, I'm super down. So how you can always talk to me if you, not always talk to me, I should say that. I'm not like an open book. I can't be reached by everyone all the time, but this is a direct line I'm saying to her. But let me say this. I can't do DMs all the time on Instagram. There's a bunch of weird dudes that will just DM me. And so that's in that folder, honey. Now don't go in that folder. But if you're a normal person, you can join Vanity Farah. That's my Facebook group. And I will respond to comments there. And I really love talking to you guys. That makes me really happy. You can follow me though on Instagram and Twitter at Chris L. Farah. And I think that's really it. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? What else? What else do we have? Bonsoir. Spell it. Vanity Farah. Oh. Vanity Fair. Like Vanity Fair, but Vanity Farah. So VANITY FARAH. Yes. So yeah, thank you so much for everyone here. Thank you to my super chats. I really appreciate them. I thank you to my mods, but thank you to everyone just for showing up. People who caught it, people who are always here, people who subscribe new, people who like the video. People who didn't say anything, honey, just been sitting here sniffing around, not saying anything, lurking the whole time. You, I'm thanking you. Do you hear me? You can't escape it. I see you in here. There's 147. I see you right now. I can feel you in this room. And I thank you. All right, baby boos. That's what we're going to do. We're going to have killer goddamn weeks. We're going to have great ass weeks. We're going to do it. It's going to be great weather in our hearts, if it's not great weather outside. And we're going to spring it up. We're going to show some love and show some light to people that might need it, those that we know. And if we encounter someone throughout the day and we can just give them a little warmth, we're going to do it. Okay? Done. So yeah, take care of yourselves and each other. Stand up for what you believe and make art. And art can be real, not fancy. You can be easy with yourself and you can just let things go and you can enjoy and not make anything super intense or make something super intense like Hazel's bridal makeup. Too intense. I love you guys. All right. I'll see you later. Bye, baby boos.